iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 7 for the limited iRacing Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Right now, we got cars out on track. We're going to look at the 31 machine or the one on the car. A nice throwback scheme here from Matt McGrath. He will go P number 1 on lap number 1 there at the start finish line. We'll see what he can do on lap number 2. James Pileski, he was very quick last week at Martinsville, but got denied a win on a late race restart. We'll see if he can come back for redemption. But Pileski at the top of his timing, scoring Matt McGrath, not able to improve that lap, so he will stay P number 2. Right now, we'll take a look at the 76 machine. This is Connor Godson on his first time lap. Connor has ran most of these races out here. I believe he's in the top 5 in points here coming into race number 7. This is a 10-race series, so Connor with lap number 1 go P number 6. We'll see if he can improve that. Eli Lewis right now in 5th, as Ethan Johnson also out on track trying to get a lap time for that number 2 machine. As off of turn number 4, Connor Godson will go P number 6. He will not improve that lap time, so he will stay P number 6. As Ethan Johnson here goes down the backstretch on his first time lap. We'll see what Ethan can do here as he looks to come off of turn number 4, cross the start finish line here for lap number 1. Ethan will go P number 7 on that lap, and looks like that will be enough laps for that driver, so we'll see who else can get there out on track as the track starts to quiet on off. 5 minutes qualifying. Right now we are just about halfway through with qualifying, and right now still James Pileski sits on top of the timing and scoring. He is our current quick time recipient, but still a lot of fast cars still to take a lap, that being like Jacob York, Braden Goddard, also Curtis Heading still not taking a lap. Also Casey Beatty, he was last week's winner, so we'll see what Casey can do in that 45 machine. But yeah, a few cars still not have taken a lap, as this is throwback week this week, folks. So we will see some vintage paint schemes like we saw on that 31 or 1 machine out here on track. So some cool paint schemes out here, of course, at the historic North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway. This thing having a little bit of revival in real life. And of course, folks, it is coming back to the NASCAR schedule it will be the All-Star race for 2023. So that's definitely excited. I know I'm excited for it when we'll see NASCAR's back here out on the actual racing track, because they had super late models there about a month ago, and I tell you what, that was a pretty good show. So can't wait to see what more is in store for this historic racetrack. Also out there in our lands, we got to give a shout out to all of our sponsors here for limited iRacing series, that being Jay's Stock Cars. If you need some diecast and you want them from the right place, be sure to check out Jay's Stock Cars and get your diecast over there. Also, if you're looking for some great custom diecast, be sure to check out Don's Custom Diecast. They do these super late models diecast. I tell you what, they're 3D printed and they look pretty sweet. And tonight's winner will be receiving a custom design, just like the car out there on track, diecast. So pretty cool stuff there. Also, the season-long sponsors, that being Premier Dental Arts and BGRacingDesigns.com or BG Designs. If you're looking for a paint scheme that sticks out on the broadcast like you see here tonight, be sure to check them out as well, as I believe we have about 14 or 15 cars on the premise, but only 8 have taken a lap. But that will do it for qualifying, as James Pileski will be fast time here tonight for race number 7. As we get ready to go through the grid, we got cars lining up on the front stretch, and we'll run through tonight's starting order. Alrighty, for whatever reason, there's what we like to see. So we'll run through it old school, folks, and we'll try and get that all sorted out. But on pole is James Pileski in the 93 machine. Matt McGrath in the 31 will start outside pole. Row number 2 will be made up of Michael Lipp in the 26 machine, with Blaine Harrison in the 7 to his outside. Row number 3 will be Eli Lewis in the 3 and 5th. 6 goes to Connor Godson in the 76. 7th place will be Ethan Johnson in the 2. 8th goes to Chase Scaparelli in the 94 machine. 9th is Josh Siegfried in the 12. Curtis Heading in the 85 machine will start 10th. 11th goes to Jacob York in the 97 machine. 12th will be Brendan Carroll in the 10. And rounding out the field tonight is the 38 machine of Braden Goddard. As the field starts to pull away here, it's going to be a good show here, folks, as we're getting a lot of fast race cars out here. What's up, Roger? I see you in the YouTube chat land. How you doing tonight? As we get ready to rock and roll here, we got 150 laps around this place, so we're going to have a lot of race action to go through here tonight. Yeah, we'll have to see, as we saw some great racing action here today at the Martinsville Speedway. Rogers bringing up in the YouTube chat lands with that Ross Chastain move right against the wall. We'll have to see if anyone can get that done, as I almost had that happen to me, Roger, in a race here at North Wilkesboro. Me and my buddy Tanner were battling in the last corner. He fully sent it, trying to make a move, but we're green flag racing here for 100 laps around North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway. As the field makes their way cleanly down the backstretch, we'll go through some side-by-side battles. Right now, the battle for 4th out on track. Michael Lipp getting around Connor Godson. A little bit further back, Eli Lewis under fire from Chase Scaparelli. As one car into the outside wall, that's Michael Lipp in the 26 machine, and that will bring out our Roundy's Lawn Care caution. For the first caution of the night, we'll take a look at the replay here to see what happened to bring out the caution here on lap number 2. As we're looking at the battle between the 26 and the 76, we'll have to see if there is some sort of contact going into turn number 1, that being the 76 of Connor Godson and the 26 of Michael Lipp. And yeah, it looks like Godson maybe lost a little bit of the front end, not as much banking down low, but Mike with, could have been a lot worse for that car. I mean, made fairly significant contact with that outside wall, but at the end of the day could have turned out a lot worse. But this will be our first yellow flag of the night. How's it going, Phil, in the YouTube chat land? Thanks for tuning on in. You're asking if Connor's in the number 2 machine. If you mean Connor Godson, he is in the 76 machine here tonight. The 2 is being driven by Ethan Johnson here in this league. But yeah, Roger, like I was saying before, I had somebody stick it in the wall in 3 and 4, hold it wide open. They did make up a little bit of time, but not enough to make a move like Ross Chastain did today here at the Martinsville race. But yeah, we'll have to see if any sort of moves are made here at the end of this one, as we've had a lot of green-white checkers at the end of these races, so only time will tell. But lights are off on the iRacing pace car. We got the field re-racked, restacked, and get ready to go back to green flag racing action, as James Pileski will once again lead us to green. Matt McGrath in second, Blaine Harrison up into third, Eli Lewis fourth, and Connor Godson rounding out the top 5 for this restart, as we now wait for the 93 machine to jump on the loud pedal. Gets a little bit of a tag, but he keeps it straight. We're back to green flag racing here. Already lap number 6 of 100. As we look through this field, the front 2 get single filed out, but they're on back. They're scrambling for positions. Connor Godson trying to hold that car down low. Chase Scaparelli trying to make that high side work. Jacob York also in the mix. Jacob York did not qualify, so he's starting at the back of this field, already up 4 positions from where he started, and looking to get some more. As contact between him and Godson, they go 3 wide. Jacob York has to back way out of it to get control of that race car, but he will keep that thing straight, and we stay green flag race in action. As one of the cooler, as contact here, Ethan Johnson gets big time tagged from the backside of Michael Lipp, but they all keep it straight, so we will stay green as one car is around, turning on around. It looks like Chase Scaparelli. Not sure what happened to him, but we stay green here on lap number 9, and the field's starting to spread on out. We look up to the front of the speedway. James Pileski continues to lead the way, and this will bring out the yellow flag finally, I believe, for the 94 machine of Chase Scaparelli. We'll have to see what brought out the actual yellow flag, as the 95 machine already flipping the car on around. So we'll maybe have to jump back a little bit further to see what happened to bring out this initial incident. As we look back at the 95 machine, you can see at the top of the screen the contact to send the 2 on around. Oh man, looks like Chase just gets a little bit too much of the grass off of turn number 2. That thing steps out from underneath him, a little bit of contact to that inside wall, and that will bring out our second Roundy's Lawn Care caution flag here from race number 7. As we already have one car down pit road, that's Blaine Harrison. So interesting. We'll have to see if maybe he just took some fuel, topped it off with fuel, because I think it's a little bit too early to take those sets of tires. If you will have some at this point in the race, so we'll have to see when he decides what kind of strategy is being played from that 7 team. As this is throwback night here, folks, from the North Wilkesboro Speedway, so we'll run through some cars here, look at some paint schemes. Of course, we got Eli Lewis with a Halloween paint scheme on that 3 car. Matt McGrath having a nice number 1 throwback paint scheme. That thing is definitely vintage. Braden Goddard with the fabulous Hudson Horton, but with his own rendition of it. One of the cooler throwback schemes out here tonight. Braden currently running in the 6th position. Curtis Heading, another car with a throwback paint scheme out there on track. Blaine Harrison, I believe, another driver with the very simple yet effective number 7 throwback paint scheme. As we get ready to go back to racing action, the lights are once again extinguished on the iRacing pace car. When we go green, we'll be 14 laps in of 100 in this race. As we'll wait for the iRacing pace car to head down pit road, and then the 93 of Pileski will control the restart. As he jumps on the loud pedal nice and early, gets away with a great restart. We go back to green flag racing action here as the battle for third. Side by side, Eli Lewis down low, Connor Godson up top. Michael Lipp already back up in this mix. He'll try and make a move on the 76 machine. He'll do that. And behind them, 3 wide racing action here off of turn number 4. They keep it clean though, heading into this corner. This is hard to do here, folks. This track is very tight, especially on corner exits. So them to make it 3 wide even through a corner is very impressive here as Connor Godson. Not sure if the handling seems a little off on that 76 machine. He's fallen to the back here on this restart. Maybe he's burning off those tires. Not sure what's going on. There's one car very loose. That's the 94 machine of Chase Scaparelli. May have gotten some contact, but Godson going the wrong way here after this restart. Now currently under fire from the 85 machine of Curtis Heading. Also Blaine Harrison in the mix as well. Blaine trying to roll that top side there on this, and 3 wide, and Connor Godson gets tagged, hard contact into that outside wall, and we somehow stay green. Not sure if race control missed that, as now the 7 machine of Blaine Harrison sideways off of turn number 2, and that will be enough to bring out the yellow flag. So we'll first take a look at the Connor Godson incident, and then we'll take a look to see if Blaine Harrison maybe had some help as well to get that thing sideways in 1 and 2. But we'll take a look at the incident off of turn number 4, and you can see Connor Godson just leaves the bottom a little bit open. Curtis Heading with a big run tries to go down there. Contact made, and heavy contact for that 76 machine off of turn number 4. And then we look at the incident a little bit further in this, and Chase trying to make it 3 wide. Ethan Johnson gets moved up the racetrack, and Blaine Harrison, just an innocent bystander, will get tagged, and that will also be involved in this 3rd caution of the night. And with this 3rd yellow, folks, I'm going to go do commercial break. We'll be right back on the other side. Don't go anywhere, as we're already a 5th of the way done with this race. As we are back here from the North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway, the lights are out here for this 3rd caution. That means we are going back. Green flag racing action here. James Pileski has led every lap of this race so far in that 93 machine. Matt McGrath trying to hope for a long run or maybe catch our leader sleeping. And we go back, green flag racing action with a lot of bumper tag there. We somehow keep it straight, but further on back, it's 3 wide. We'll see if everyone can get through this cleanly. As Blaine Harrison tries to get through, and looks like contact further in the back. Brendan Carroll and Chase Scaparelli up and over, many barrel rolls for that 95 machine. And once again, we stay green flag racing somehow, as we had a car up and over down the backstretch, but we keep our eye on this battle here with 4 cars here all nose to tail, side by side. This is the battle from 4th on back on the speedway, but Chase Schiaparelli with a wild ride. And somehow we stay green as Schiaparelli is able to take that thing down pit road. As Blaine Harrison recharging through this field, he did pit on that first yellow. He has made his way back up through this field, currently trying to get the 5th position from Jacob York. Michael Lipp with that contact early in this race has made his way back up into the 4th position right in front of this battle, so we will keep an eye on this. Blaine Harrison just clears Jacob York off at turn number 4. They barely had probably a foot between them before he made that move, so very impressive as we have 1 car slowed down low. I believe that is the 94 machine. A little bit further back, Connor Godson did need to get a new race car. They do have fast repairs out here in the series, so what that means is if you get into a bad wreck, if your car is severely damaged, you can bring it down pit road, get a whole new clean race car, and get back out there with racing action. So Connor Godson currently did that, used one up fairly early in this race, but laps are clicking down here very quickly. Connor currently in the 10th position. As you look up a little bit further, Curtis Heading trying to make the move on Braden Goddard. Braden Goddard, our current points leader, and Braden Goddard goes around in front of Ethan Johnson. He will get collected in this, and this will bring out our 4th yellow of the night. Contact between Curtis Heading and Braden Goddard. Braden Goddard, the car getting spun on around, and we'll take a look at the replay here. So heading into turn number 3 here, Braden Goddard trying to arc that corner on down Curtis Heading. A little bit more speed, a little bit straighter of a shot, and misjudged probably the nose and the corner entry speed, and that will be enough to flip the 38 machine around and make it face the wrong direction, and that will bring out our 4th yellow of the night here on lap number 30 of 100. And we got another take to down pit road. That will once again be the 7 of Blaine Harrison. I appreciate all the activity out here in the YouTube chat land. Seems like we got a lot of Connor Godson fans out there. Connor currently running in the 7th position after it's all said and done. Also, be sure to let us know which is your favorite paint scheme out there on track. You know, we got a couple of different guys running some different schemes for it being Halloween and throwback weekend, so be sure to let me know as well. And of course, who you're cheering on for. You know, I can see already we got some Godson fans out there, so we might have to ride on board with him at some time here before the race is over. Alrighty, folks, it looks like we're ready to get back to green flag racing action. The lights are extinguished on top of the iRacing pace car. Looks like we're getting some love to that paint scheme of the number 3 machine, that Halloween Eli Lewis paint scheme. That is a pretty good one out there, folks, as looks like the lights will come back on. We'll do one more pace lap here, get everything sorted out in timing and scoring, and then this time by, looks like we'll be ready to go back here. As we'll keep an eye here on this field. These last couple restarts have been pretty crazy. Some 3 wide racing action into turn number 1. We'll see if we'll get some more of that here before the night is over. But currently in this first third of this race, James Pileski has been the man of the hour, has led every lap up until this point. We'll see if he can continue to do that as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. Pileski waits no time to jump on the loud pedal. We go back to green flag racing action here as the side-by-side battle for fourth ensues. Jacob York trying to make the move on Michael Lipp a little bit further back. Looks like Braden Goddard and we'll get around Ethan Johnson for that position. Now Goddard to the back bumper of Godson, who's now caught that side-by-side battle. A little bit of contact between Goddard and Godson there for the sixth position as one car goes around. I'm not sure who that was, as I think that was Chase Scaparelli. It was, in case the 94 machine in the timing scoring off the pace. And we'll take a look to see what happened, as it looks like he may have gotten some help from the 7 car of Blaine Harrison. And that will once again put that 94 machine facing the wrong direction. So he will continue a tough night here in this race, as he is our lucky dog candidate. It looks like he will get a lap back here, as we got some drivers not happy with each other, as the 94 or 95 on his car went up and drove right up to the 7 machine, pointing his finger at him saying, "Hey man, I know what you're doing. That wasn't a cool move that you pulled on me there." So tempers here flaring already, and we're not even halfway in this race. As we did get one car down pit road from the top 5, that being Michael Lipp in that 26 machine. You saw those left sides up in the air come on down, so I think he bolted on 4 fresh sticker tires. So we'll have to see how this 26 machine can get through this field, as I think he pitted right around the 4th or 5th position. As our top 5 looks like the following here under yellow flag: James Pileski, Matt McGrath, Eli Lewis, Jacob York in the 4th position, and Connor Godson rounds out the top 5 here for our 5th restart of the night. Alrighty, the field is refiled on up, and we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing action here. James Pileski has gone very early here. We'll see if he does another early restart. If I'm him, I'm not waiting any time, and he does another early restart. We go back to green flag racing action here at North Wilkesboro for race number 7, as the field makes their way through 1 and 2. It looks like everyone gets through pretty cleanly, as the fans ask for it. We're going to go do it. We're going to go jump on board with the 76 machine and see what these drivers are seeing out there out on track. As we'll jump on board with him. Ooh, Blaine Harrison right in front of him. Got big time sideways looking out the back. You can see the cars in behind Goddard. A little bit of a gap. He has a little bit of a cushion, but now for this lap, we'll jump on board, see what he's seeing, as he's got 2 cars duking it out in front of him. We'll go through the stressful lap of North Wilkesboro. As one car into the wall, that's Jacob York in front of him. Looks like everyone woes it on down, but you can see how crazy things get in just a split second, as now they're side by side, 3 rows deep here at North Wilkesboro. As Connor Godson tries to make that inside work, he has Ethan Johnson looking to his inside. This battle is pretty crazy here, as it looks like they're sorting themselves out here, as Godson also has Michael Lipp to his outside. He will get around him on those fresh tires, so that 26 machine gets some contact from Goddard, and other cars wrecking into turn number 1. that was a lot going on there, and that will bring out our 6th yellow flag here. And we'll take a look because there was a lot to unpack there as a lot of cars were spinning into turn number 1. We'll first take a look at the contact between the 26 and the 76. So Mike able to complete the pass on those new tires. Will jump down to the inside. Connor maybe not anticipating that. He'll jump on the binders, but further on back they were already wrecking. So we'll take a look to see what happened between maybe the 85 machine and the 95 machine heading into turn number 1. So multiple cars involved. I think about 5 or 6 cars involved in damage, as it looks like Scaparelli just got loose trying to save that car going into turn number 1, heading nowhere to go. As you see the 12 machine of Josh locking them on up, trying to stay on out of it. Luckily, I don't think too much damage to that 12 machine. We'll try and find him out there on track. And yeah, it looks like just a little bit of nose crumplage to that car. So that car should be still fairly all right, but a fair amount of cars, folks, from that involved with some damage. As you can see how much damage that 76 machine has on the nose. And look at this, folks. We got a new race leader, Matt McGrath, out there in front. That's because our current race quick time and pole sitter did come down pit road. So Pileski out there with the freshest tires. That 26 machine was going through the field fairly quickly. So we'll see what this 93 machine can do. He has led all the laps up until this point, but now Matt McGrath up front will take over the point. This is where it gets interesting, folks. We'll see how quickly that 93 machine can get through the field, or maybe once he has entered the Hornets nets back there, we'll see if he can make it even on through. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing action, Matt McGrath out there in front in that 31 machine. Braden Goddard second, Blaine Harrison third, Jacob York fourth, Ethan Johnson rounds out the top 5 as we now wait for the 31 machine to jump on the lap pedal. He does that. We go back to green flag racing action. Braden Goddard able to slot into that second position, but further on back, once again, 3 wide racing action, almost 4 wide off of turn number 2. Looks like everyone able to get on through as Michael Lip gets tagged a little bit. He gets bounced around up into that outside wall, but looks like everyone able to stay clear. We stay facing the right direction, so we stay green flag racing as Pileski gets into it with Brendan Carroll. Carroll goes all the way up the racetrack, and Curtis heading big time into the wall. Up and over he goes, and he is still flipping down the backstretch. He ends up landing on all 4, I believe, same with the 12 of Siegfried. But that was a big-time wreck. We'll have to take a look at the Turn 3 replay as, once again, we had some super late models up and over here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And we will take a look here at the 12 and the 85 machine down the backstretch. Not sure if Curtis maybe thought he was clear. Oh, man, a little bit of net code. You see that car bounce before they even fully make contact. And that 85 machine slides forever on that roof. Does get tagged by, I want to say, Chase Scaparelli. And that could have been a lot worse, especially getting tagged upside down. Never something you want to see in these race cars here. But looks like Curtis Heading able to drive that car down to pit road. Able to get a fast repair done on that thing. So he will probably stay on the lead lap when it's all said and done. He'll get a new race car here. Use the fast repair. But you got to wonder how damaged is Pileski's car. You saw him right in the middle of that as well with some contact to some other drivers. So Pileski trying to keep that car clean going back through this field. But we're already halfway over in this race already, folks. So I don't know if it can get any crazier, but I bet the craziness is still more to come before it's all said and done. As no change up into the top 5 from that last restart. We're currently under our 7th yellow flag here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. This is race number 7 of 10 for the limited iRacing Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Once again, the iRacing pace car does extinguish its lights on top of it. That means we are 1 to green flag. So we'll be going green flag racing this time by, as everyone that took the start, folks, is still out there on the speedway. It looks like we have 2 cars a lap down, one being Josh Siegfried, the other Chase Scaparelli, as we wait for the iRacing pace car to duck down pit road and then wait for the 31 machine to fire on off. He does that nice and early again. We go back to green flag racing action as Braden Goddard under fire from Blaine Harrison for second, as almost contact in 1 and 2. They keep it clean though as they come off of turn number 2. Blaine Harrison now has advantage down low in 3 and 4. As he hits the curb, that will wash him on up, slow him on down. So that opens up the door for Eli Lewis below Jacob York, as Pileski trying to make a move on Ethan Johnson behind as well. As Eli Lewis big time sideways off of turn number 2. That will slow down that car. Now 3 wide race in action as Pileski trying to get back through this field and do it as quickly but as cleanly as he can. Pileski already back up into the top 5 here if he can complete this pass on Eli Lewis, and 3 wide, and Pileski gets clipped by Eli Lewis. Eli goes up and over Pileski into the outside wall, and that will bring out our 8th yellow flag, and we got a car stuck up on its lid, that being Eli Lewis. And we will take a look at this replay here. This is what is difficult at North Wilkesboro. 3 wide racing action, especially off these corners. These turns a lot wider than the straightaway, so drivers not realizing how wide it is. And almost looks like Eli Lewis does get a little bit loose. That'll be enough to clip the 93, but also had to make room for Braden Goddard up top, and it was definitely close, but I think the 3 moved a little bit more than the 93. But the bummer news is all of them involved. Same with Ethan Johnson in that 2 as well. So once again, another big wreck with a lot of cars involved and a lot of cars down pit road. Our current race leader, Matt McGrath, down, same with half the field. So when it's all said and done, it looks like Blaine Harrison in the 7 machine will take over the point. He'll be leading us to green on this restart. As we are almost 2/3 of the way done with this race, folks. Blaine Harrison currently out there in front. Jacob York in the 2nd position. Braden Goddard, our current points leader in this series, currently running in the 3rd position, up the biggest mover of the race at the moment, up 10 positions from where he started. 4th place will be Michael Lipp in that 26 machine. And rounding out the top 5 for this restart will be the 76 of Connor Godson. as the lights go off here for this 8th yellow. We'll have the 8th restart of the night here on our hands. This time it will be held by the 7 of Blaine Harrison. And when we take the green flag, we will be 2/3 done with this race. We'll be on lap 66 of 100. As the iRacing pace car makes its way off of pit road, Blaine Harrison jumps on the loud pedal, gets away with a great start. Jacob York able to slot down in second all by himself. Then the battle for third ensues with Michael Lipp and Braden Goddard down low. James Pileski right there behind them as well in that 93 machine with Matt McGrath. A little bit of contact from Matt. I believe Connor Gadsden in that 76 machine made contact. And Michael Lipp down low will make significant contact with that 76 machine. That will make him face the wrong direction and bring out the 9th yellow flag here as we have back-to-back yellows. We'll take a look at the replay and figure out what happened to Mike as he was slow down the front stretch and way low as it looks like him and Braden make slight contact. He tries to chase the car up the racetrack. Big time contact with that outside wall. Gets that thing at least recovered fairly well. Tries to go up to the racing surface, and not sure if Connor even knew he was down there, but they make significant contact into turn number 1. That will be enough to bring out the yellow flag here for the 9th time here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And that will, looks like no one in the top 5 down pit road, so no real big shakeup in the running order since we last saw it. So with this yellow, folks, I'm going to go to commercial break. I'll be right back with the racing action. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the historic North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway. And look at this, folks. Our race leader, Blaine Harrison, decides to elect to take the top side on this restart. We'll see how this will ensue, as one driver will have to keep an eye on this restart is that guy starting in the 4th position, that being James Pileski, as we wait for the iRacing pace car to head down pit road and wait for the 7 to jump on the loud pedal. He does that. Jacob York tries to put the block on Pileski. Pileski will cross him on over and look to his inside here off of turn number 2. Looks like he'll have a nose on him. Not quite. Jacob York with the big run down the backstretch, so he's able to keep Pileski here at bay for the time being. As Blaine Harrison hopes these guys battle for a while behind him before they get on up to him. What he wants to see is these guys battle hard, burn up their tires before they get to the back bumper of that 7 machine. But right now, these guys looking pretty sporty here. As Blaine Harrison, the last time he did pit was lap 31. Jacob York has not been down pit road. Pileski last down on lap 61 has a little bit of neck code and some more contact for second. Those guys rubbing doors big time, but Pileski able to complete the pass. He will take over second as now Jacob York stuck on the top side, gets hit by Ethan Johnson, somehow hangs onto that race car, and they go side by side almost 3 wide down the backstretch as Matt McGrath tries to get through this as quickly as he can in that one machine. But they come off the corner 3 wide, able to keep it clean. But Matt McGrath up into third as Ethan Johnson almost makes contact again. He sends up Michael Lipp big time with that contact to that right rear quarter panel. But these guys trying to sort themselves out here as Ethan Johnson up in the middle. And we get a yellow flag here inside of 25 laps to go. We'll take a look and see what brought out the yellow, as it seems like everyone is up to speed. We'll take a look here, see if we can see anything out there on the speedway. But these guys all looking all right. Oh, here we go. Chase Scaparelli in that 94 machine, spinning down the backstretch. That will be enough to bring out the yellow flag, but keeps it straight for the most part. But as we now see a lot of cars coming down pit road, everyone that did not pit here in the last little bit is now down pit road this time. So that will hand over the race lead to James Pileski in that 93 machine. Matt McGrath will file back into the second position. Ethan Johnson up into third, Michael Lipp fourth, and Josh Siegfried looks like he will be in the fifth position on this restart. That is if none of these cars do end up coming down pit road here at a later time. We have hit double digits for our Roundy's Lawn Care. Speaking about sponsors, we got to give a shout out to all of them that make this league possible. The first one being, of course, Roundy's Lawn Care. Also up on your screens, we got J Stock Cars. Be sure to check them out for all your diecast need. If you need some custom diecast, be sure to check out Don's Custom Diecast. They do some great 3D printing. They even do these super late models that you see out on track. And then, of course, some other sponsors we got to give a shout out to, that being BGRacingDesigns.com. BG Designs, if you want your design to stand out on the broadcast like tonight, or if you want to show off a sweet scheme to your friends, be sure to check them on out. As well as Premier Dental Arts. Got to give a shout out to them as well. As once we get back to green flag racing action, folks, we will be inside of 20 laps to go when it's all said and done. Pileski out there and front. He was in the same spot, folks, a week ago to one of the final restarts where he ended up getting turned in front of the field. So Pileski looking for a little bit of redemption right now in the best seat in the house. We'll have control of this restart. Now the lights are out on the pace car and on the track. As we now wait for the iRacing pace car to jump down pit road, I assume the 93 machine will go nice and early again. Make sure he doesn't make any contact. He does just that, and we go back to green flag racing action here. He gets away with a great start. Same with Matt McGrath, about 3 car lengths back, and then further on back behind them. We got some side-by-side racing action. Michael Lipp able to complete the pass on the top side on Ethan Johnson. Now Breda Goddard trying to get around the 12 machine as we got one car around. It looks like Brendan Carroll up and over, so we will have to take a look as he's getting that car towed back to pit lane. So we'll have to see what happened to this 10 machine on this restart as he ended up and over on the speedway. As a little bit, it looks like connection issues for the 10 machine as Jacob York gets up to the back bumper. He goes and disappears. Jacob York not sure where that 10 machine is at. And that'll be enough with this wall contact. Put that car up and over. So not quite fully on either driver with a little bit of connection issues. But that will be enough to bring out another yellow flag here on the speedway. So these critical closing laps, a lot of them being spent under yellow flags. So that's only gonna just drive up the intensity more and more as we're now in the closing stages of race number 7. Alrighty, folks, we get ready for these closing stages. Here we got a little bit smaller of a field now. All the cars back out there with these late race incidents, so we'll see these drivers do battle. But right now, 9 cars up on the lead lap as we wait for the iRacing pace car. He makes his way down pit road. The 93 machine jumps on the loud pedal here. We'll have 14 laps to go as that restart getting a little bit spicy and the further on back as Jacob York trying to get on around Blaine Harrison, trying to make the most of that start. Had to back on out of it, but Pileski under fire from McGrath there for our race lead. There's a little bit of lap traffic here. We'll see if everyone can get through cleanly as it looks like everyone able to get on through here. As Brandon Goddard under fire from Jacob York here. This is the battle for the 4th position on the speedway. Blaine Harrison also here with Connor Gadsden in the 76 machine. As Gadsden gets into the 2 of Ethan Johnson. Just a little bit of short track rubbing. As now Blaine Harrison tries to get around Braden Goddard. Braden Goddard goes around with that contact in 3 and 4. And that will once again bring out our 12th yellow here tonight. We'll take a look at the yellow flag. We knew with how these guys were racing, especially in these closing stages, a caution was coming. And it finally came out. Luckily, only pretty much a 1-car incident, but it came at the cost of the 38 machine. Blaine Harrison gets up on the curb. That loses the front end there. He slides on up into the door of the 38 machine, and that sends that car right around and bringing out our 12th yellow of the night. So we are inside of 10 laps to go, and there are green-white checkers in this series, so we'll have to see how many of those we have tonight. Let me know in the YouTube chat lands how many you think we'll have tonight when it's all said and done. As James Pileski was under fire from that 31 machine, but probably not enough time to try and set up any moves with that short of a run, but we'll have to see if we can go to the end if it comes to that. But now we're inside of single digits here in this race. A little bit of the point standings here for the limited iRacing Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Braden Goddard 7 points over Jacob York in second, then Ethan Johnson in third, Eli Lewis fourth, and then Tristan Newman tied with Eli Lewis, and Tristan Newman did not make the call tonight, so we'll have to see if he can continue to be fifth in the standings. But right now these guys racing for that diecast. I think there might be a little bit of money on the line, so when we go back to green flag racing action, we'll have 7 laps to go. We'll have to see if anything will be done, what kind of moves will be made in these closing laps. As we know, the real life Martinsville race, we saw some wild moves, especially from Ross Chastain. We'll see what kind of moves these drivers will make when it's all said and done. But Pileski out there in front, leading us to green again. We'll see what he can do. He gets away with a great start right on top of the restart zone. Right when that pace car moves, he gets away cleanly, about a car length and a half to McGrath in second, as everyone behind tries to sort themselves out. But we got to keep our eye on this battle for the race lead here with 6 laps to go at the start finish line. McGrath a little bit faster, folks, in the middle of the corner, but Pileski able to put that power down and really drive it into these corners, making sure he needs to do what he can in this race lead. You can see the 93 machine just having to almost wait a split second at the start finish, or sorry, at the middle of the corner to get that thing to rotate where he wants. As that time by, we saw the open palm from the flagman. 5 laps to go. But McGrath all over the back bumper of Pileski here for the race lead. These guys have checked out over the rest of the field here. As this time by, they'll see 3 laps to go. Pileski gets a bit of the curb in 3 and 4. That could be the move. McGrath needs to make the winning move, so he's got to hope that that 93 machine makes at least one more mistake, as he did give him a little bit of shot coming off of turn number 4, but not enough to get him out of the groove. But that 31 machine already back to the back bumper with popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go for this race, as Pileski under heavy fire from McGrath in second. These guys will have to see what kind of moves will be made, but Pileski knows he just wants to see that white flag, because if that's the case, the race will be official. And that's what will happen, folks, as we get the white flag. 1 more lap to go around North Wilkesboro Speedway for race number 7. Pileski just needs to hit his marks down this backstretch in 3 and 4. A little bit of a cushion. McGrath will send it on in there, but not be enough. James Pileski gets redemption for Martinsville. He will win this thing. Matt McGrath in second. And it looks like Jacob York will hold off Michael Lipp for third. So we'll be talking to all of those drivers. Jacob York, biggest mover of the race, up 8 positions. So heck of a job by these guys for that last run to the finish, as that was pretty exciting to watch. So James Pileski gets the job done in that 93 machine. He'll burn it down here on the front stretch for the fans at home. And heck of a run by that 93 machine here, folks, as he got pole and led the most laps to bring that home in victory lane. Don't go anywhere, folks, because after this we'll go to commercial, and after commercial we'll be talking to the top 3 and seeing what they have to say. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
About your diecast.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We're going to go try and dial up our 3rd place finisher, that being Jacob York in the 97 machine.
You can text me on Facebook if you want. Alright, 10-4. Cool, thanks. No problem. I'll need your paint pop. That's about all in your spot.
As we'll try and get him on up here.
10-4.
Jacob,
Can I just give you...
do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Oh yeah, man.
Alrighty, man. How was that 97 machine? You hang on to the 3rd position. How was that last run to that finish, that 10-lap run?
Man, that last 10 laps was a blast there. Racing with the 26, he's actually my cousin, Michael Light. Me and him growed up racing together in karts and mini cubs, and we've turned over to the virtual side now, and it seems like we still find each other out there and have a good time and race clean. And I appreciate him for running me clean. He definitely could have roughed us up and took third, but good old family affair, man. We had a good time.
Yeah, Jacob, it looked like a pretty good battle for third. It seemed like he was all over your back bumper there for that last 10 laps, and you guys put on a heck of a clean battle. You were able to just edge him out there by, I want to say, maybe half a car length.
Yeah, man. Like I said, he had an excellent car tonight, and he just kept getting hindered by wrecks. I believe he had faster cars. Was just really able to have fresher tires and be able to make the blocking moves at the end.
Yeah, Jacob, it looked like. And so going back earlier in this race, you did not qualify. Was that kind of a strategy move by you guys, or were you kind of stuck not qualifying here tonight at North Wilkesboro?
Man, I'll be honest. In these last probably 3 races, my PC's really not been up to par, and it just does me better to start in the rear and try not to get involved in too many wrecks early and put myself in a position where I may lag and take out other guys. That's the last thing I want to do. So, yeah, it was a bit of a strategy call, I guess you could say, and it paid off.
Yeah, it did, Jacob. You come home in the 3rd position, and looking at the standings, you know, you're 6 points coming into the night behind Breda Goddard, and with this 3rd place finish, you know, you close up here with 2 races to go. What's kind of the mindset for this 97 machine here with 2 races left?
Man, the goal is just to come out and continue stringing these top 3s. Luckily, I've got to talk to you quite a bit this year, unlike last year. And if we can just really nail these top 3s and focus on beating that 38, Braden's a great kid and a good competitor, and really looking forward to battling out with him.
Yeah, Jacob, I tell you what, that 97 has been fast all season. Seems like we have talked some of the most out of anyone in this series on a pretty consistent basis. So, Jacob, keep on doing what you've been doing, because that 97 machine has been pretty sporty no matter where we go to.
Thank you, sir. And I just want to say thanks to the Holston River Machine Shop guys. Like I say every week, they take care of us on and off the track. We come off a 2nd place run in real life last night, and those guys really stepped up and took care of my racing career here lately. I want to thank my mom, my dad, just anybody that's ever really supported us, making a dream come true.
Yep, that is the key, Jacob. Well, you have yourself a great rest of the night. Once again, great talking to you, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you before it's all said and done. So, Jacob, you have yourself a great rest of the night.
Thanks, bud. You too.
Alrighty, folks. Now we'll dial up our 2nd place finisher, that being Matt McGrath in the 31 machine. Matt, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
I do got a copy.
Alrighty, man. That 31 machine, first and foremost, a sweet scheme out there tonight, a throwback scheme for the throwback race at North Wilkesboro. Did you get inspiration from a certain car, or what's the story behind it?
Well, my buddy CJ Lehman, he used to run Charger cars out in Riverhead Raceway, and he had this one scheme on. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, so I always admired it. I thought it was sweet, and yeah, I just put it on tonight.
Yeah, Matt, I gotta say, out of all the throwback cars, I think yours was my favorite, at least up here in the booth. It looked awesome out there on the broadcast. You have to watch it on back because it looked sweet out there on track. But, Matt, going through your race, led some laps, gave James a run for his money there at the end. How was this 31 machine handling here tonight?
It handled amazing. I mean, I had no problem with it. I wish I could have at least made a move earlier in the race and maybe could have won this race. I believe I could have won this race, and I don't know. I just didn't pull it off because I guess I was too nervous. So, yeah.
Yeah, Matt, I tell you what, me being a racer myself, you know, there's a lot of nerves in these races, especially coming down to the end. Leader right there in front of you, and I think James made a mistake. I think with about 3 laps to go in 3 and 4, he hit the curb, and that checked you up enough, and even by the next lap, though, you know, right back on his back bumper. Were you hoping for maybe one more mistake from that 93 machine?
Yeah, I was hoping he had his mistake, and could have possibly used the bump and run. I'm usually good at these with these cars, but that didn't happen. So finished P2.
Yeah, Matt, and the caliber in this field, in this series, has stepped on up here in these most recent races. So a second place finish, nothing to laugh at when it's all said and done. And Matt, how do you say your last name for my sake here in the booth?
McGrath.
All right, McGrath. All right, then I was saying it right. I'm pretty sure. I have to rewatch it back, but pretty sure I was saying McGrath. So Matt, once again, congrats here. Maybe first time here with us, at least this season. Are you planning to maybe run some more races here with 2 races left in the series?
Yeah, why not? I ran 5 flags and got junked at that, so I didn't run for a while. So might as well finish out the rest of the season.
Yeah, it would be nice to have you on out here, because I tell you what, Matt, you're pretty sporty out here tonight. You seem pretty fast, so I'd love to have you out here some more. But before we let you go and celebrate this runner-up finish, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this 31 team.
I got to thank my team owner, Dan McCabe, for DJM Motorsports. Have our own little team here. Long Island based, of course. Most of the guys are Long Island based. We got McConey's Setup Shop. Spot On. Who else we got? We got Simbox. Facebook.com/Simbox. Or check them out if you want a Simbox. And if you want to try out a McConey setup, DJM code. Sorry, the code is DJM 2022. That's a discount for you. And also, of course, Couch Racer. These are all team sponsors, and we're grateful to have them on here.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, pleasure talking to you here tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you a few more times before the season wraps on up. But once again, congrats on that runner-up finish, because you had a pretty fast 31 machine here tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Alrighty, now we'll go down to Victory Lane and talk to the man of the hour, that being the 93 machine of James Poleski. As we try and get him to dial on up here. And folks, it looks like we might not be able to speak to the 93 machine. I do not see him out there in the waiting that we usually have. So we might have to wait for the Victory Lane chat here for next week, as I do not see James Poleski. So if you're tuning on in with the broadcast, jump on in here quickly again, and we can get you. If not, we'll get you next week when you show back up. As, yeah, I do not see our race winner out there. So we'll have to talk to him here at a different time. So we'll run through tonight's finishing order, and wrap things up here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. But 93 machine of James Poleski pulling off the win. We'll have to chat with him at a different time. As running through tonight's finishing order, James Poleski in the 93 machine gets redemption from Martinsville. He'll park that thing in Victory Lane. We talked to him last. Matt McGrath in the 31 machine brings that thing home, runner-up right on the back bumper. He was looking for one mistake from our race winner. Third place and rounding out the podium, Jacob York in that 97 machine eats into Braden Goddard's lead by a few points. Fourth place goes to Michael Lipp in the 26 machine. Rounding out the top 5 is Blaine Harrison in the 7. 6th goes to Braden Goddard in the 38 machine. 7th goes to Connor Gadsden in the 76. 8th goes to Ethan Johnson in the 2. 9th is Josh Siegfried in the 12. 10th place is Eli Lewis in the 3. 11th is Brendan Carroll in the 1 in the 10 machine. 12th is Curtis Heading in the 85 machine. 13th, Chase Scaparelli And the drivers that did not take the green were Casey BT and Bradley Stephanie. So, folks, this has been race number 7 from the Limited iRacing Outlaws Super Late Model Series from North Wilkesboro. We got 2 more races left in this 10-season race. So don't go anywhere, folks, as the points battles continue to close on up and a lot of good racing action still left to come. Of course, from the LIS series, we got to thank all the sponsors, those being Jay's Stock Cars. Be sure to check them out for all your diecast needs. And if you're looking for custom diecast, be sure to check out Don's Custom Diecast. They can get you set up with some sweet ones as well. Also, got to give a shout out to Premier Dental Arts and BG Designs. Be sure to check them out at BG Racing Designs. Also, we got to give a shout out to all the racers out here, the admins making this series possible. And, of course, all the viewers like you watching at home, all the replay viewers, and all the people in the YouTube chat lands from Phil, Roger, Zoop, Brendan, Oslander, and that looks like we caught everyone there. So thanks again for you guys jumping in the YouTube chat lands, giving me to something to chat about with you guys. Always appreciate you guys leaving a comment. So I've been Brett the Jet in the booth from Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to check out Turn 3 throughout the week, as we got a lot of great racing action, a lot of great series that we're broadcasting. And, of course, we got a lot of broadcasters, too, to listen to. Be sure to tune into your favorite ones. And everyone else, stay safe. Have a good week. We'll be back same time, different racetrack next week on the Sunday as we get ready for race number 8. Everyone, take care. I've been Brett the Jet, and I just flew by you. Have a good one, everyone.